Alright, so hello everybody, welcome to lesson 8. So we're so proud of our viewers and you should be proud of yourselves. So we made it a long way and we practiced a lot of new words. So let's get going. So in this lesson, we're gonna learn 12 words which consist of syllables made from the vowel U. And previously I learned consonant. Listen for the syllables 구, nu, 두, lu. We're combining these letters in the same way as previous lessons. Be confident in your pronunciations. So let's get started. 그, 우, 구, 구두, 구, 구두. Dress shoes. So when do you usually wear dress shoes in your life? Do you wear them when you go to your workplace or go to a party? I have dress shoes at home that I have not worn often because they are for occasions I don't experience often. I had one chance to go to a party when I was in Switzerland. I wore the suit and dress shoes. To be honest, they were too uncomfortable. After the party, the heels of my feet felt painful and I had to put a bandage on them. People have told me that I will have more opportunities to wear the suit and dress shoes for my shoes when I get a real job after graduation. Actually, I might need to get used to the wearing them so I can adapt easily in the future. Once I feel more comfortable in dress shoes and clothes, I'll put my photo on ALDALINGUO Instagram account. Feel free to come and take a look. 그, 우, 구, 구름, 구, 구름, cloud. So, which season do you like the most? I've mentioned that my most favorite season is summer because I enjoy hot weather and playing leisure sports. But I love autumn too because I love the cool weather of autumn and I can watch the blue skies more often. It's just my opinion, but I think that the autumn skies are the most beautiful of the all seasons. The clouds are cute and puffy, which makes a nice selfie background. I have a lot of the autumn selfies on my phone. Also, when I hear the word cloud, what often comes to mind is cotton candy. Don't they look similar? I can say that I'm on cloud 9 watching the blue skies and white clouds. How about you guys? 그, 우, 구, 바구니, 구, 바구니, basket. So, do you use a basket in your daily life? My family often finds a basket useful in daily life. For example, my mother puts the household tools in a basket. She also brings the basket for grocery shopping. In my case, I usually use a basket for doing house chores. Also, I always store the baseballs in a club basket after the finishing training. Come to think of it, the baskets appear in the sports when you play basketball. How about our viewers? Do you have a need for baskets in your daily life? They are useful for the storage and decoration of the home. 느, 우, 누, 누나, 누, 누나, sister. So, how many members are in your family? Do you have brothers or sisters? I'm the only son in my family. Some of my friends said that they envy me because I'm the only child. In contrast, I envy my friends who have siblings. Especially, I envy my friends who have an older sister because I feel like that is a close relationship that is helpful in difficult times of life. I sometimes feel lonely when I stay home. I feel like it would be better to have an older sister, you know. 느, 우, 누, 비누, 누, 비누. So, So, what do you usually do when you come in from outside? It's a good idea to wash your hands with warm water and soap, especially these days. Since childhood, we are taught to wash our hands to keep clean. Whatever our hands touch, germs, dirt on our hands also touch. So, it's a good idea to wash our hands before we eat, prepare food, after we have been outside, and especially after we use the bathroom or pet animals. Hand sanitizer is very useful these days, but truly the soap is the best way as soap breaks down germs and bacteria, and using soap and water removes the particles from our hands. A sanitizer will help, but it often leaves our hands sticky or with small particles on them. Soap is the most ideal when you have the chance. Too much use of the chemical made soap can make our environment dirty. However, I strongly suggest for you to use natural made soaps. Stay healthy and wash your hands. N, U, nu, due, du, due. Sequence. So there is a neighborhood in Seoul called Jamsil. It means silkworm's house. In the Joseon dynasty, the king ordered the construction of offices for feeding silkworms. Do you know why? People made the thread with the silkworm's cocoon and produced the best quality silk. Silks were the exclusive property of the aristocrats and royalty. So, ordinary citizens were forced to raise silkworms and even use them as a form of tax payment. Nowadays, we aren't forced to raise silkworms, but it is still a part of architecture domain. There are some farms raising silkworms for use in Hamburg, both domestically and to be exported abroad. As well as silkworms are used as a natural food source. I heard that dry silkworms are full of protein and good for our health, sometimes being used in the medicines. Our script editor says the silkworms are a well-loved snack for a hedgehog. They might not shoot delicious, but I do believe silkworms are the masters at creating thread for Hamburg. 드, 우, 두, 두더지, 두더지, mole. So, have you ever used the underground in large city like London or Seoul? Underground train travel underground in large halls or tubes. About a week ago, I heard an interesting story. You know that moles dig a hole under the ground to make their homes. The most interesting part of this is the fact that the moles are blind and they dig their hole using their other senses, like scent and touch. When Britain first created their underground, they followed the mole's way and created long underground tubes. They constructed their system in this way and became an example of the technology and style for many others. It seems nature has many good ideas the humans can learn from. I heard that most are losing their homes because of people's greed. We have to keep most habitat protected as a sign of respect. 드, 우, 두, 두껍다, 두껍다, thick. So, have you ever looked at athletes' hand before? I haven't noticed their hands in photos and in person, and I was amazed by how thick their hands are. By this, I mean rough and calloused, the large and strong. When you notice how thick they are, it makes you wonder how hard they have trained. Some athletes that train for 10 or more hours a day, pushing their limits to achieve their goals. Many of these athletes say they have lost sensitivity in their hands as they grow thicker with practice. I have a great respect for their determination and how they gave up being comfortable to achieve their dreams as an athlete. Because I've been training in baseball for so long, I also have been developing thick fingers. Some people say thick fingers look ugly, but I don't forget that it is a matter for one's eternal effort. 드, 우, 두, 두부, 두, 두부, tofu. So, have you ever eaten tofu? Tofu is a common food in East Asia, South Korea, Japan, and China. The fermented and fried tofu is very popular in China. In Korea, we make different styles of tofu dishes. For example, the soups that include tofu and tofu pancakes. When my mother makes a tofu meal for me, I can easily eat at least like 3 bowls of rice with it. Likewise, I like to eat tofu with salad. Tofu makes the salad taste better and it's good for our health. Tofu is also an important staple in the vegetarian diet as it replaces meat from animals. In this respect, a tofu can be a universal food, good for many types of cuisine. 르, 우, 루, 노루, 루, 노루, rodeo. So, when you drive on the highway, it's possible to see traffic signs that warn us to be careful of wild animals. Sadly, it still happens that you might see a news stories once in a while about a roadkill accident. According to the news, one of the most dangerous animals is in the roads are road deer because they are unpredictable. We never can be sure when they are about to run into the road suddenly. Roadkill traffic accidents can lead to traumatic injuries of drivers and passengers, even with the benefit of a strong vehicle around them. The other problem is the loss of wildlife to these accidents. Do you know why roe deer and other animals come to the road? It's because what humans build interrupt and interfere with their habitat. Animals come to the road looking for food, looking for what was previously their the territory. Humans must find ways to coexist happily with natural and wild beasts. 르, 우, 루, 호루라기, 루, 호루라기, whistle. So, have you ever seen police officers blowing a whistle on the road and controlling the road traffic? This happens often in heavy traffic areas, especially when officers are doing a crackdown on drinking and driving. Some drunk drivers cause danger to lives of traffic officers. Truly, the drunk drivers are a danger to everyone. For the betterment of society and the safety of police officers, don't drink and drive, and please follow the directions of traffic officers. 르, 우, 루, 가루, 루, 가루, powder. So, do you love watching baseball? Actually, baseball is my favorite sport. When you are watching a baseball game on TV, you can see pitcher hold up a small bag on the mound and breathe in their hand. That is called the rosin bag, which is filled with the resin powder. Pitchers do this to improve their grip. Hitters also use resin powder on their bats for a stronger grip. Of course, my experience with powder leads me a story about baseball. But Perhaps you have your own stories about cooking instead. We use a lot of seasoning powders in cooking and baking, but I'm a baseball fan to my bone marrow, and this was first example in my mind. Alright, so this is the end of our lesson. How were the contents today? Was it hard? Was it difficult for you to understand? I think it's easy for you because you have been concentrating hard on these lessons. Good for you. Thank you for watching our video and see you next time. We're gonna learn 4 letters and 12 words next time like we did today. If you have any questions, please leave us a comment. We're always open for you guys.